There's a kind of purity now which goes back to the very early days, and I think it's taken us 3 records to kind of strip away some of the flim-flam and to get back to that really pure state of just being a band making records that you like. When we came back, Bloodsport's had kind of fizzy pop singles on it and things for radio. And then we did Night Thoughts, which was much more knotty and tangled and difficult.
Don't tell me that you'll change. Tell me again.
And people loved it. People came with us. I think we almost underestimated our audience. I think the thing we've learned over these 3 records is there's a group of people who will come with us if we go on a strange path somewhere.
The lessons we learned from Night Thoughts were huge. To make a record which we thought was quite an uncompromising, challenging, quite difficult record, and to realise that people like that rather than wanting to hear sort of our version of pop music, which no one really wants to hear anymore, least of all us, was a real revelation in making this record, and it kind of allowed us to take it the next level, further left field sort of thing, and allowed us to do strange and unpleasant things. This is the first one we've done in this trilogy where I personally really feel that I know where it wants to go.
Take a cold hand, place the snowdrops in her palm, and pushing through the wall, I had no choice but to follow you.
You got to feel when you make an album that you've done something a bit of a risk. I think a lot of people at this stage in their career want to just service their fans and do what they think is expected of them. To be able to push yourselves to do something different and still it be the band and still be interesting, it's hard, you know, it's very hard.
For me, the creative state is so much about a state of flux. It's so much about kind of reacting against things. It's so much about having points to prove that as soon as you kind of get to a stage where you feel as though you've learned everything or whatever, it's almost like, well, then you're kind of neutered and then you're not creative anymore. It feels like there can never be that end point. There isn't a nice, neat ending to this.
Brett is one of the great British rock lyricists, and that he's not given enough credit for that.
Play on the road.
I mean, on the new record, there's a song called Fly Tipping. Genius. There is an indefinable suadeness that's there in The Drowners and that's there in Fly Tipping.
What is mine? What is yours? Do we own these things? What has it all been for? Fly tipping on the road of love.
Fly Tipping is a good encapsulation of the Suede journey. It's about a couple who, over the years, have acquired all this baggage, and the next part of their journey through life is to then get rid of it and to look to a future where you're not weighed down by the past.
Lots of Suede world is trying to find beauty within the darkness, the kind of outskirts, the sort of liminal in-between places.
I don't see any other bands here. It sort of seems to be our own little territory, and we're probably welcome to it. The scruffy bits of the world are just more interesting. You know, look at the pylons. They're so majestic.
The thing is, I bet Monaco has got pylons.
Whatever little bumps in the road there were, whatever decisions they got wrong, you know, they also got an awful lot right.
Suede are massively important. We may be seeing the last days of the rock music that Suede were part of. And that's not to be sort of woe is me. It's just the fact of, you know, music all died out. Bands of guitars might die out.
It's really rare that you keep going because it's hard to be in a band. All the egos, resentments, why has he got that? Why has he got that credit? Why have we got an old drummer that looks like a sex offender? You know, shit like that can break a band up. But it didn't. It didn't. They stuck by him.
I hate religion.
The evolution of British rock music that begins in the late 1950s and is still just about going on now. Suede are one of the key people in that. And absolutely one of the key bands in it. They're one of a handful of great British rock bands who pushed it on, who did something new, who brought a different aesthetic to it and changed everything.
Michael Christie, able insane.
That's all that your film was going to be, is people saying, oh, Simon, fuck him off.
Don't do that.
Why are you filming the whole clip?